If one were to tell HASAN and Destiny in these moments that in less than a year they would be at each other's throats, they probably would not believe it. This is because the process of hating each other
I would. I'm a YouTuber.
was gradual and then sudden.
I know. The real thing that he wants to connect it back to is that he's butthurt that I've surpassed him on his own fucking platform, which he thought was his own like little kingdom. That's the real fucking
That's the guy. There he is. That's the guy I know.
HASAN PIKER is controversial for many reasons. The most prominent are his political beliefs that will not be the focus of this video. The focus instead will be on him and his many inconsistencies that often go ignored. HASAN does this by deflecting criticism of him by attacking those who give the criticism. This is all exemplified by his conversation with creator Willie Mack, who brought forward this exact criticism.
You wanted to debate about a video you didn't even watch?
Why? Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's funny. I'm too sober to listen to this song.
Not this.
I always get this weirdo in the background. It was just kind of like he wasn't engaged at all. I remember that. It was so funny.
Passionate about the subject, then you're basically admitting that you're a bottom-feeding drama farmer.
I don't think you admit to anything. I think you just called him that, HASAN. Just saying.
To this, HASAN knows what he is doing in diminishing the image of Willie Mack. It is a strategy he is aware of and hates.
To voluntarily and maliciously misunderstand my point so they can make YouTube videos and get ad revenue, because those clicks drive, that controversy and those clicks drive revenue in your direction and affinity from people who are looking for someone to be like, yeah, this is HASAN guy.
HASAN is obtuse, hypocritical, and angry. All aspects that reflect on his most intense.
He's a typical liberal, like just like Destiny. Did you see this? Did you see? Did I play this yesterday? I'm gonna play it again.
Happy and enjoy life. And sometimes on the left, it's really fucking hard to do that.
I know.
Right? So if I look on the right and I see Andrew Tate, like what's Andrew Tate telling me? He's telling me, buy a sword, be the master of your own destiny, go get, work, get Bugattis, get bitches, do all this stuff. It's like, okay.
Turns out he's got a lot more in common with Andrew Tate than we thought.
Well, if I go to the left, what are they telling me? It's like, well, you need to feel bad because you're white and you're systemically oppressing everybody and capitalism is evil and you're privileged and everything you do is just because of your mom and dad. It's like, okay, well, f me, right? I feel like the left comes down on you so hard and it makes you feel like shit for everything in society. Like, oh, those shoes, those were made in a slave shop, or oh, that food that you bought, the person is a victim.
The rally you went to, you took a bullet in your head, good.
Victim of capitalism, they probably don't have a pension. I was like, okay. I feel like my important role is to show that, like, hey, I'm here, I've got a lot of really progressive beliefs, but I'm a happy person, I live a fun life, like, I make money, I don't think that any of this is evil. You can be a left-leaning person and be aware of all these kind of social issues.
I suck a big old dick, show everybody on the internet, and humiliate my friends.
That affect us without being fucking...
That are female, while I go on and talk about a female oppression. It's great.
Yeah,
it's
even
a good
his
life.
kids talking about him.
It's a good life. I don't want to talk, that I'm leaving off the table, but I have to admit I'm curious. I don't want to talk about, I feel so bad for his son. It's not fair. Yeah. I don't know why I wouldn't let Tommy stream. I imagine he's defending his father, right? I'm not gonna. I want to find out.
No.
No, he's not.
I've sent you.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Even if he's not, I just don't. I don't. He's a kid. I'm not attacking him. I mean, not that I wouldn't attack a kid, but I mean him. I feel bad for him. What do you say? My dad's no good.
No, he's been kind of goofing on him a bit. Here, give me a second, and I'll pull him down for you.
No, I don't want to see it. I don't want anything. I don't.
Oh,
I just want your view of it. That's all. He deserves. I'm not going to even say he deserves better. It's his dad. All right. This is one area I won't cross. I won't do it. I don't think that's right. It's still his dad. Whatever.
No, he's from what I can see, like the 4 tweets that I found, he has just been memeing on him.
Okay. That's what gets him through. Sure.
He memed on him and told him to log off, funnily enough.
Probably good advice.
Yeah.
I saw. He's 13 now. I saw him.
Yeah.
I guess he was 9 or so, and that's another reason I saw him. And I don't know. Going back, I don't know how what's her name framed it. Oh, she made a video about him. He took it down, I think, too, or something. What's her name? That girl I'm afraid of. The one that Slasher really likes. I can't remember. I'm so fucking tired.
Oh, Brittany Venti?
Brittany Venti, yeah. She played this video, and he was going on and on. My dad does this, and my dad plays StarCraft. My dad does that. You know, kind of like Tommy with me. And I didn't really look into it. I don't even remember the video all that well. But the way he was kind of like rolling his eyes, he looked a little uncomfortable. And I think Brittany was trying to say he was disinterested, which I didn't believe. I don't believe. But it did kind of look that way. But I think maybe it's because of the compliments. You know, he was being a kid. He almost, you could take it a couple ways, that he was just uncomfortable with the compliments, or he was just like my kid's a moron, you know. I don't know. It was so weird. I felt bad because his kid just thought he was the coolest thing ever, you know. So I can't. I'm not going after it. I hope. I wish the best for that. What was the boy's name?
It's Nathan, but he goes by like Nathaniel. He goes Nathaniel Bonald the First. So he's following in his father's footsteps.
You know what?
That way, yeah.
I wish nothing but the best for that kid.
Yeah.
And I don't think he should be streaming. For a multitude of reasons. But I'm not his father, so we'll leave it at that.
Followers. This attitude is particularly grievous when he does not understand why there is so much backlash in the things
Bridgewater. I'm from Woodbridge.
He does. Like his interview of a Yemeni pirate.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. That's fire. That's so fire. Oh my God. We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do.
I thought he's a fucking socialist. I thought he's fucking hates people. He's just praising Allah and shit.
Hassan tries to defend this interview by stating that it was journalistic, yet it lacked critical questions that would qualify it as such. There is a dense history of moments like these that will attempt to paint a picture of who Hasan Piker was and now is, and why he is blamed for the recent Twitch apocalypse, and why he is the largest, most controversial streamer. But first, this video is sponsored by
The reason he's a dumb guy in a big spot because of his looks. You know, I mean, he didn't really I remember when he's on the Young Turks and he used to make fun of him all the time, and then he started doing games, and you know, and then Destiny really just gave him a career. And he's just like a dumb guy, you know, like a regular, average intelligence, nothing really particularly interesting or unique about him. And he, you know, he got famous. He's a good-looking guy.
Aura. I really do not like spam calls. They've gotten so bad that I had my phone permanently on mute, which is annoying because my family
low-tier God was fucking with you and sending you notifications.
members prefer to call rather than text.
Yeah.
This is where Aura comes in. It has data broker opt-out features to make it harder for those with malicious intent to get your information like a phone number. This is only one of its features. Every adult on the account up to 5 gets $1 million in identity theft insurance with a total up to $5 million in coverage. Aura also has many other features. It's an antivirus, a VPN, and a password manager. You can get all this in one app at an affordable price. I'm not leaving myself and my family vulnerable to data breaches and brokers. And if you don't want to either, you can go to aura.com/JoonTheKing to try 2 weeks for free. That will be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data is exposed. Sponsor over, back to the video.
What the
Born July 25th, 1991 in New Brunswick, New Jersey, Hasan did not
nice Jewish neighborhood right next to me.
Have a typical American upbringing because the majority of his developmental years were spent in Turkey. This is because he has influential parents that resided in Turkey, but had the will to fly to America and give Hasan U.S. citizenship through being born on U.S. soil. Though he did develop in Turkey, Hasan describes himself as an Ameribu, slang that captures an interest with American culture in the more excessive senses. He describes himself as hedonistic.
And that's all the Turks, because they all have American shit clothes on.
loving the material goods that can be tied to American culture and foods, such as snacks, that he took interest in. And to that, while HASAN's family was financially very well off, his life was not perfect. HASAN often describes himself as
fat, apparently. Is that really him?
Struggling to lose weight.
So.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of weight, too. That's pretty impressive. He's really into working out, boy. I think every guy's got to get like that. I'm the last guy I should be telling you, but I think everybody should just like live at the gym.
Points of conflict were with
Hassan looks great. You got to give him that, right?
Ideologies and their presentation to him when growing up in Turkey.
Total American culture of victory. It really is. And I've been in Europe a long time. It's pretty much the whole planet, too.
Something he did not conflict with was the mandatory service, but his parents did.
In Turkey, there's still this concept called a pink slip, because everyone has to serve in the military. Every able-bodied male has to serve in the military, either after high school or after college. I thought it would be good. Like, I thought it'd be good for, I'd be even more fit. And my dad was like, I'll disown you. He said, like, I didn't spend this much money on you to fucking go and like die in a mountaintop somewhere, you fucking idiot.
HASAN's parents guided a lot of his development.
You know what? That was you grow up in Turkey. You're beneficiaries of that country. Your dad's made a lot of money. No giving back. That's the sonnet in a nutshell. Living like a king, preaching about socialism. That is, you see where he gets it right there.
Including his college. It was here that he went from living in Turkey to now.
I'll give him this, though. He wanted to do it, but I can see where my point is. I think he should serve. I think we don't have a draft, but I look down on people that get around it. I always did. Like, I had some German guy brag to me that he got around it. I'm like, I'm not impressed, man. You fucking jerk off.
Now living and attending college in Miami, where HASAN's parents,
they don't make you do it no more, though.
Wanted him to,
and it was kind of easy to get out of as it was.
Take up a traditional, well-paying profession such as a lawyer or doctor. HASAN was more interested in the nightlife of Miami.
Yeah. Can't blame him there.
According to an interview with HASAN Abadi, HASAN stated, quote, I wanted to party my first year, and I did. He grins. I got a 2.9 GPA, unquote. Due to his performance, his parents transferred him to Rutgers, where he graduated
with his own losers. That's where I'm from. Oh, man.
Honors with a degree in political science and communications.
Yeah, exactly. The moron. The moron stuff.
Even so, HASAN...
That's the best thing about, political science. And I guess you have good communications teachers. But there you just got to tell them what they want to hear. And you know exactly what they want to hear in New Brunswick.
Through an interview with Complex, describes his difficulty in trying to get a job, pinning it on the recent U.S. financial crisis and stating he lacked the proper connections to get the jobs he wanted.
His parents are multimillionaires. God damn, that's not believable.
But he did have one very strong connection.
I just couldn't find a job, so I was like, you know what? I want to get the fuck out of New Jersey.
Here's another thing, too. Like, he partied down in Florida, but he couldn't find a place to fire in New York City. Was it a 45-minute drive from New Brunswick? An hour drive from New Brunswick?
Jersey. Like, I want to get out of here. I want to go to Los Angeles. And my uncle, at the time, had a little YouTube channel / network called the Young Turks Network.
Though HASAN describes the Young Turks YouTube channel as small, in late 2013, the same
they were big.
Yeah.
That's weird, because they were influential and big. That's a
year of his internship, the channel had over 1 million.
That's huge. By today's standards, that's 10.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribers in a time that this sort of traction on the platform was hardly reachable. Moreover, according to Social Blade, during this time it was actually not just one of the most viewed channels on YouTube with nearly 1 million views a day, it was possibly the largest left-leaning YouTube channel on the platform. And so HASAN, living in LA, entered at his uncle's company and also lived in his uncle's house. HASAN describes his job as building the advertising and sales operation in the company. But what he really wanted to do was be in front of the camera. So as an additional obligation for himself, HASAN created videos. These would appear on a channel operated by the Young Turks under TYT University. As per the header of the channel, and as the name implies, this was a lifestyle channel that skewed in the direction of college life. And so the videos largely revolved around sexual topics and not the typical discussion of politics the network was known for. HASAN's entry was his Bro Tips series. You're thinking it, he's saying it.
Leave your comments and ideas and opinions that I really truly care about in the section below. And if you don't, I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna have sex with your dog. And once more, Bro Tip
Dog?
is ended, audience. I have successfully given you just the tip. Come back.
This was from a sub 2-minute video where Hasan provides his top 3 favorite cheeses. And as per the archive of the YouTube page, it was not very well received. Looking at other archived episodes, this looks to be the standard. Like this one where Hasan gives tips on how to get women in a club.
Yeah, how is that gonna work with that crowd?
Let's get out of here. It's time to get out of there, and it's time to separate her from her herd, meaning her crowd of girlfriends that are going to do their best to cock block you because they're fat and lonely.
There's some truth in that too. I've been there. It's not wrong. That's the only thing I like about both of them is they're unapologetically. His cousin too. They're unapologetically men, which I always kind of appreciated.
Leave your comments and ideas and opinions that I really truly care about in the section below. And if you don't, I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna have sex with your dog.
Following this poor reception, Hasan would open a video reading a zesty comment.
Sir Meowington says his head looks way too small for his body. If you're saying that about my head, you should see the size of my penis.
Some of the dislikes
so funny.
of Hasan was possibly because he was edgy with some of the jokes he would make in these videos.
A few things to consider when you're thinking about Lady Gaga as a top contender for Babe of the Week should be the fact that she might have a penis.
Oh my God. Anyone else remember the Atheism Unstoppable? You call him baby. Yeah, I used to watch that. I have an Atheism Unstoppable t-shirt.
The fact that Lady Gaga might have a small penis does absolutely terrify me. Come back again next week when we discuss the legendary question of all time. Old enough to count, old enough to mount? Question mark?
Oh my goodness.
Can't make jokes like that no more.
Eins Familie Geifan donated $5. Wärst du try to rip off Broskian's Liebe?
I don't know who that is.
I want to say thank you to Miley Cyrus for showing off her camel toe at the VMAs the
All right, this is pretty funny.
other night. I always knew Hannah Montana was a little slut.
Well, that's not funny, but I'm laughing for a bunch of different reasons. Hey, Tommy, did you know? Oh, wait a minute. He's talking about because Miley Cyrus. All right, that's not that bad. All right. Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Try to hide it. Look, this is a classic example of what happens when your father doesn't pay attention to you. You turn out to be a slut who's craving for attention, and then I tend to pick you up at a bar late
Yeah, he's right about that, too. I'm sorry.
and bang you out on the first date.
With TYT University rebranding at least twice over the years and the entirety of the Bro Tip series wiped from the channel, it is difficult to say how the series developed. But what is known is Hasan does
liberals weren't that uptight, and they were trying to do something funny.
Also, you did a good question that you kind of went like you started reading, but then dipped off. I just want to bring it up.
What?
How do you feel about Boogie making a Tommy clause for him and Wings?
It's all fake, you moron.
That's nice. You don't need to be too mean to him.
Yeah, right. All right, you're not very smart, and it's not real. I heard they sold their shares. I mean, come on, guys. Can I get a break from lolcow, please? It's not real.
If it wasn't the appropriate time, but he was being very nice. So, or
I'm sorry.
Whoever he trapped, blah 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 is. But
it's not real. What do I think? I'm banning what do I think questions of lolcow unless some only bring something to my attention if it's like if they actually broke up or something, or they actually ended it, or somebody got in a fist fight, something like that. Because it's all work, you know.
does not look back on this series fondly.
I had a older run where
there's no Easter Bunny too.
I was like
way more. First of all, I was way more broy than I am now. I'm still pretty broy now,
Pretty broy.
but it was way more broy back then. It was just trying to be funny.
Exactly.
It was hacky. It was hacky. It was bad.
Even with
Some of it was funny.
a not so great start, he continued his work at the Young Turks. He could even be seen as a guest on other similar and popular channels like BuzzFeed. It was not until 2016 that he got a big break in the form of The Breakdown, a series hosted on Facebook and on the main The Young Turks channel. In respect to the theme of this channel, HASAN discussed and explained political topics.
Oh wow.
This series appears
Hassan, you got to get away from that dude bro stuff. You got to do that.
to be far better received, as HASAN had greatly improved in his delivery and did away with the more scandalous jokes. He was also a fill-in host. This is when the planned host for a video is unavailable.
Yeah, that guy's not a good-looking guy.
And so HASAN is called on as a temporary replacement. And all this was working in his favor. Starting in 2016, every 4 years, interest in content HASAN was producing would reach a new peak. This is due to the US elections driving more interest in politics. And while political pundits
Donald Trump, because otherwise it would have been like any other election year.
are not relatively new, the booming social media space allowed them to gain more influence by their own means. Of note, at least in reference to the story of HASAN, was Tommy Lauren, a political pundit who leans right and was quite popular at the time.
I remember her.
Enough so that it inspired HASAN to make videos countering
I
her.
thought that who Destiny was banging until a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh, it's a different chick.
This isn't about arriving at the truth or justice. For you, it's certainly not about the facts. It's just about tapping into the primal fears of your fan base so they'll go out and vote Republican.
Is that what you guys do? Everybody's a Nazi? You don't want to be ruled by Nazis, do you?
Not outraged, you're not paying attention. Maybe you're one of the liberal types who spend the next 2 weeks defending this illegal immigrant murderer.
As HASAN describes it, these series of videos were highly popular and possibly helped in keeping his series going well into 2017 and 2018. But HASAN still wanted to do more. Not for the Young Turks this time, but for him.
Yeah.
He tried his hand at vlogging and other forms of content creation, but more and more was favoring streaming on Twitch. Here, he would play
the smartest movie ever made.
video games while retaining and expressing his political views. He had this personal venture all while still employed at the Young Turks. This position is likely why he was able to debate Charlie Kirk live at Politicon, an event that is remembered for many reasons. One of is that this developed a new friendship with creator HASAN admired.
Some of you guys already watched it. Oh, Destiny watched your debate. He didn't like it, said Testament. Okay, well, I didn't.
Remember when Hassan said he was a journalist? I'm pretty sure Rachel Maddow and Anderson Cooper didn't invite terrorists to ask their enemy hot takes. Welcome to Earth. Thank you.
Didn't know that. That makes me sad. I don't know if you watched the entire debate or if you watched
Makes me sad.
like some parts of it or not, but I do want to talk to him about it.
Destiny was a StarCraft 2 pro player and streamer who, like HASAN, leans left, but more recently is known for engaging in debates regarding politics and other ideologies.
Basically, just real quick, somebody emailed me this a long time ago, and I'm not even sure on the efficacy of this research. It might not have been true or not. But basically, the idea was that in part of clinical treatments for helping people that are pedophiles, so you bring them in to treat them, and part of that, to help them manage their urges, you contact people that have had pornography made of them as a child, you offer them some sort of reimbursement if they consent to sharing that pornography in a clinical setting with a pedophile, and that would keep them from actually abusing real-life children. Well, that was what the clip was about.
After HASAN viewed a clip
Was
of
that the one with was that Tonka in the background?
Destiny's reaction to some of the debate, HASAN and Destiny jumped on a Discord call.
All right, he said. All right, Destiny said, yeah, call if you want. All right, let's bring in a professional here, okay? Let's bring in a professional here.
Look at Hassan looking up to Destiny.
Sorry, shouldn't have exposed them like this. Hey, what's going on, dude?
Hey, I heard you're finally ready to join the Minecraft server, dude.
Finally ready to join the Minecraft server? What you mean?
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you.
Within this multi-hour-long call, the two discussed debate tactics in reference to how they could have improved HASAN's performance before coming to a close.
I wonder what Destiny saw on him. It could have been brains. It's like he's got a lot of people coming in. I'm gonna get it on that. That's probably what it was.
Any case, all right, I gotta go. I have to pee so bad. I'm just gonna raid Destiny because you guys all have expressed how much you fucking love Destiny, and a lot of you probably came here from Destiny stream anyway. So that's what I'm gonna go do right now.
That's a moment.
No, seriously, like everyone originally was like, "Oh, Destiny's a suck damn, he sucks," blah. And like now, after this like 3-hour conversation, everyone's in love with you. They're like, "Oh my god, he sounds so great. He sounds so awesome."
Thanks, I try my hardest.
All right, I'm rating you right now. And by the way, thank you so much for the conversation. I thought you were dodging me for a while, and any
oh no, I saw
and
your
the
big
reason.
message. I suck at responding on Instagram. And you sent me like this message, like, "Hey, here's what we're gonna debate," and you sent me like 72 topics. Like
The
I can't
reason,
respond
yeah.
to those.
They sound like they love each other, for fuck's sake. It's crazy. It's kind of bizarre to see now. I wish Nick was here. He could tell me what the falling. I never knew what they fell out about. Maybe because the song just started getting weird.
Maybe we could call her in or something who can tell us about it.
Yeah, if anybody actually knows.
It would be a little over a week later that Destiny traveled to LA. It was here that Destiny and HASAN streamed together on Halloween.
Dude, your fans are crazy. I mean, they're awesome.
Licking each other's ass.
Love you. And yeah.
Maybe now that I'm thinking of it, maybe Destiny was into HASAN. I don't think HASAN's gay even a little bit.
I think it'd be a little eccentric sometimes.
No. I have no problem with them. I think they're dope.
Okay.
I'm jealous of how.
Wow, he's blowing that smoke straight up that guy's ass. Wow.
Like how you cultivated such a rabid fan base.
There were many perspectives on how the pair were interacting. Virtually all of them were positive. Destiny viewed HASAN as a sort of professional political figure that was entering the Twitch scene. HASAN viewed Destiny as a veteran live streamer and admired the enthusiasm of his fanbase that he had developed over the course of 9 years. And Destiny's fanbase loved HASAN. He was very easygoing and even tried to get Destiny in on some fun.
Say, do you want to go out later, or are you into like going out and shit?
Are you into chicks?
You need a Halloween costume.
Listen, I am a
I don't go anywhere without a camera, pal.
professional streamer because I play video games inside my house all day, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not much for the going out type.
The night ended after Destiny dropped off HASAN at his residence, but this would hardly be the last time the two streamed together.
Destiny's actually here to help me with my PC setup and make fun of me probably for having a pre-built PC that I use. I have a pre-built PC, by the way.
What are these noises?
Oh, that's fucking my sub badges.
And I'm not gonna be like you.
Okay, don't worry.
One of your Speedo McGee's your fan that gave me fucking 200 subs so far.
What a fucking loser.
What? No, dude. What are you saying? When you snap your fingers, people sub to that person.
Well, I can see why people like this.
Isn't that you're snapping the fingers up?
Yeah, you want to see?
Yeah, because they don't come off like a two miserable cunts.
Are you gonna send me a clip?
No, we'll try it right here. All right, guys. Who's got fucking Twitch Primes? Throw them out in the chat. If you've got an Amazon Prime account and it's connected to a Twitch Prime account, you better fucking throw some goddamn fucking subs up.
Holy shit, dude!
Yeah,
what
see,
the
now,
fuck?
now I'm losing all these fucking subs.
Did you do the finger snapping on that on Aya Velasquez?
No, why the fuck would I help anyone else? You're the only person I've ever done that for. You better feel special.
Oh wow, I do, dude.
You really got to wonder the motivation. I mean, maybe building the left, I suppose, as like a powerhouse or something like that. Yeah, maybe that was it. I'd love to know what he's thinking.
I mean,
was super cute, but you're cuter. Don't worry. In a different way.
He's coming off as harmless too, and not the miserable prick that we all know and love.
Yeah.
No.
If one were to tell HASAN and Destiny in these moments that in less than a year they would be at each other's throats, they probably would not believe it. This is because the process of hating each other
I would. I'm a YouTuber.
was gradual and then sudden.
I know. The real thing that he wants to connect it back to is that he's butthurt that I've surpassed him on his own fucking platform, which he thought was his own like little kingdom. That's the real fucking
That's the guy. There he is. That's the guy I know.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, you know. Let's be real. That was originally the real reason why he got mad at me too.
All right, everybody surpassed me. I have never managed to do that once. All I've ever said was GG.
And like wanted to separate.
Maybe it's why I know that.
Connection. It just back.
Shit like that doesn't bother me. Dave's passed me before, you know that?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like a little back.
Nothing but happy for him. I was like, nobody can. I think me and Willie Mack are probably the only people who can do that. Probably Nick too.
Backfired on him.
This was from a clip involving some editor drama Hasan had, possibly recounting the reason he believes the fallout with Destiny happened.
I actually think that's a real thing on your character. You know, if you sit there and spike the football on somebody that helped you out, that you surpassed, you should be nothing but grateful. And that, it's just so,
Hasan does not get very specific with the details.
Like, you're supposed to help people, but that's the thing on YouTube. Like, people help people to help themselves. It's like they're playing the long game. They're not doing it to do it. You know, and you know what? You get punished for helping people for no other reason than health. And believe me, I know all about that.
And when talking about
it wasn't the first time. It's happened before.
Destiny recounts Destiny's proclivity to debate, or denounces Destiny's community or former ideologies Destiny no longer holds. While Destiny breaks down the falling out.
Yeah, that's another thing I said. Destiny's normal. Destiny was always fucking crazy. Always crazy. But the only thing he didn't do is praise Antifa. And then Rittenhouse happened.
Succinctly.
We went over it, and then we kind of friendship developed. We hung out in real life. I think when I came to LA, I think I slept on his couch. We played with his dog. We were like kind of friends. And as time went on, I think he was a little bit more... he was farther left than he let on. So, like, I was a social democrat.
I think there's some truth in that, too. You know, he was like, I'm a regular guy. But he's pretty far left, too. Destiny's pretty far left.
He was a social democrat. But back in those days...
And I think that's why Destiny, like, moved... I wouldn't say right, but... He wasn't arguing... he wasn't arguing woke talking points. And he was, if I remember correctly, like in 2016-17. Yeah.
Like 2018, when people said they were a social democrat, they really meant socialist, but they just didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
So he was farther left than me, and we had a lot of deep divides in our approach to politics. One was when it was either him or the Young Turks. I think it was him. There was a shooting in a neighborhood where a very young black child gets killed by a white shooter. And they did a video about like hate crimes and how hate crimes are on the rise between races and white people are evil and blah, blah, blah. Not that, but like white people committing hate crimes against black people. And obviously, as the story goes, tale as old as time, the data comes out, it was just an errant shot. There was like gang violence, shot goes out of nowhere, hits a kid in the car. It wasn't like a hate crime. The guy was trying to kill a kid. But yeah, we basically, we bump up against a few kind of political disagreements.
Well, that getting out before the story's out, that wouldn't change.
Like this.
As Destiny describes it, the true fallout came from a video Hasan made on Kamala Harris that Destiny put much effort to counter.
And it's like 7 or 8 horrible things about Kamala Harris. And I'm like, okay, I know at least 1 or 2 of these things are not fully accurate. So I'm going to do all the research. I'm going to have all the sources, and we're going to have
Destiny, we'll do the research.
Long conversation about it, so that now when I provide criticism to him, it's not going to be like this horrible, like just me saying something flippantly or whatever. It's going to be like substantial criticism. And when I started to go through the claims in this video about Kamala Harris, almost every single thing Hasan says in this video is either dead wrong or horribly stretched.
This VOD is nearly 3.
Well, that wouldn't change. I mean, that's literally Willie Mack's entire series on him.
3.5 hours in length. Hasan pops in at the 50-minute mark. After only 15 minutes of conversation, Hasan goes on a rant about Destiny's chat.
This is genuinely a problem where we're having a semantics argument over something that I admit is probably could have been worded better. And then that is enough for so many people to be like, oh, Hasan is a fucking incel. Like, there's people in your chat saying like, Hasan's incel is showing.
Wow.
And it's so fucking annoying that you guys are supposed to be my fucking
I don't understand these guys. I've been attacked by Destiny's people before. It's not that bad. Like, all you gotta do is wait a day. You know, they like yell at you for a day, and then you're just like, oh, whatever, you know. God, it's so funny that people that criticize. I'd never understand like people that criticize and make fun of people for a living. Just, I'm not saying I've never gotten pissed off at anything, but I mean, god damn, like, don't show your hand.
Allies that you would be so critical and so uncharitable in this circumstance just because Destiny is like even looking at this from a critical perspective. This is something that really frustrates me. Sorry, I'm gonna calm the fuck down, but It genuinely, it is genuinely infinitely fucking. All right, whatever.
This anger that HASAN harbors is a terrible quality to have for someone in his position. With these sorts of reactions, one can derail HASAN easily, which will embolden more comments striking at his insecurities. As for the conversation,
and he is insecure. There's no doubt about that. He oozes estrogen, he oozes insecurity.
To give a very simple rundown, it is mainly about law enforcement, undocumented immigrants, and the process in California at the time on reporting those breaking the laws to ICE. HASAN in his video made it seem like the reports were without any due cause, which is where the problems begin, yet also where some agreements happen.
The echo background. Okay, there's a huge difference between a school just referring to children that are undocumented to ICE for no reason versus police people doing it when a person has been charged with a crime. Those two things are hugely different.
I get it a little bit more now. All right.
This conversation then moves on to police officers.
How much you wanted that Destiny was absolutely crushing him, and the chat. He's reacting to the chat, so he's toning it down.
School, and to HASAN saying that police should never be called upon under any circumstance.
Okay. So should people just never ever call the cops ever then?
Yeah, I suggest against that. Yes.
Okay. I mean, we just have like a totally fundamental view of this, I guess. And
sounds like Destiny's still trying to keep it together, though.
HASAN walks this back rather quickly and clarifies that a higher leniency.
You realize he sounds stupid. NYT mom, put him away, Jeannie.
Should exist in schools.
People break into your backyard and they're going through your shit. Should you call the cops then, or is it just your shed, so it doesn't matter? You shouldn't call the cops.
No, if they're breaking into your, I guess if they're breaking in, it's different. Yeah.
As the conversation continues, nearly into the 2-hour mark of the VOD, things get rather heated. Instead of HASAN considering Destiny's arguments, he often falls back on calling that argument reactionary or other things done to diminish the argument. This slows the conversation and a tangible frustration begins to build.
Do you understand how you're framing this? Like, lock up mothers for truancy. What about parents that were just too lazy to send their kids to school without getting a kick in the ass from the police department?
You sound like a fucking reactionary. Do you not hear yourself? You're like, what about those lazy parents who just didn't want to send their children? Yeah, what about the fucking homeless mom? I'm telling you, like, there are plenty
Why
of
do you keep going?
people who are in between.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Here, and you're
He fooled Destiny. See, I always thought Destiny was just, I don't know why he didn't see it. He fooled them. He's a reactionary moron. And Destiny didn't think so. So here he is, he's got this young, upstart, good-looking guy for the left, and Destiny's not like exactly a centrist. And even with his change after the Rittenhouse situation, which I think was strategically motivated, but that's my opinion. And this guy's like a nut, like an Antifa nut.
Answer to this basically, and maybe I'm fucking strawmanning you, but you've been doing that the entire time this debate, so I'm just gonna say it. Maybe your point is, well, it doesn't matter if people.
And you can see his body language. It's not like it's not even the usual Destiny talking fan body. He's obviously trying to let him get out. When Destiny gets uptight, he talks really fast. He talks fast naturally, but it really gets fast.
Yeah.
And some people have said, and I've wondered, that he tries to overwhelm who he's talking to, but he's not doing any of that, any of the stuff that I'm used to.
People are threatened because there are a lot of lazy mothers out there, and also it worked because it increased school admission by 20%.
Shortly after, Destiny hangs up on HASAN.
Wait, what? What? No, you don't let me finish a single thing.
He's trying to keep quiet because somebody in the house.
Let me know when you're done, okay? Holy shit, you can call me back. Oh my god. I can't finish a single fucking point. Holy shit. Hey, how's it going?
You couldn't tell he was a moron. He might be holding it together because there's people over there. Yeah.
Okay, are you calmed down?
I am.
Okay, you gotta let me finish a single point, dude. Holy shit, you've talked like four times as much as me.
Go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead. I know.
So
I'm
you literally just said, okay.
Even with this tension, HASAN yields on Destiny's point that kids should be forced to go to school after Destiny clarifies his point once again.
If they can't learn in school like these, they should be taught to pickpockets.
Okay, you're right. I misunderstood your point.
Though Destiny does have HASAN constantly on the back foot in this debate, HASAN, not enjoying his position, even while yielding, still seeks to diminish Destiny's argument.
Nobody else is stepping up. Why wouldn't you step up and do it?
If you're, look, can we move past it? You're right. You're so right. The DA was good to threaten mothers with truancy, and it was a successful policy. You defeated me in the marketplace of ideas once again. Please, can we move past the next point? It's like you're just, all you're doing is overwhelming me with ridiculous hypotheticals that do not exist on the fucking planet. So
every hypothetical I'm pointing is literally has. Sure, I understand. Okay.
As the call is reaching its conclusion, HASAN yields once again.
I am so defeated, dude. Like you've owned me into oblivion, Destiny. I'm at. It's 10:30. I still haven't eaten anything yet.
HASAN, as has been exemplified in this call, does not like being wrong. He has trouble yielding to an argument without reacting in anger afterwards.
He felt like he still had to yield here. It was probably tactical as well. He wasn't ready to, cut ties, but it's pretty clear that's what he wants.
I fucking hate this shit. Every time we have this conversation, you I know I cut you off quite frequently. I know that, right? But so do you. But for some fucking weird reason, the entire thing turns into HASAN kept talking over Destiny, and HASAN was like so fucking dumb or morally lucky. In an instance where like we literally agree, and you've done some of the most disingenuous debate tactics that I'm finally gonna start fucking calling out every single time that you do it. It is like talking to Ben Shapiro, literally.
The call ends shortly
I don't think Ben Shapiro would talk to you.
after, with Destiny providing HASAN the chance to go over the debate on his own time and pointing out what these disingenuous arguments are. The more likely case for HASAN's frustration is that being wrong or not being able to articulate a point in a fast debate setting strikes at the core of HASAN.
But my insecurities.
Yeah, he's like in charge of this stuff, and he's not good at it. He's like the biggest streamer that's not good at it. It's so funny. It's so funny. People get mad at women for looking good and having jobs they shouldn't for that reason, or it can happen to men too. It's clear.
Probably be like, I don't know, I feel like I don't know enough. I'm so stupid. Like, I hate that. I feel like I don't communicate my ideas well enough. It's all just about like the areas that I'm interested in and how far I haven't gone yet.
HASAN, like anyone else, has pressure to succeed. He comes from a wealthy family that has high expectations, yet has failed to meet them. The only job he could find outside of college was working under his highly influential uncle that, regardless of HASAN's truth, will to some
that communications degree for Rutgers, then it's not worth the paper it's printed on.
always be seen as nepotism and unearned.
It's terrible. I went to I'm making fun of him, but I went to Middlesex County, and that was going to try to transfer in there. If you got a 3.0, you could transfer, but it wasn't happening for me. I don't belong anywhere near a school.
And even when there was demonstrable success, because of, I guess, fears that Cenk would come across as like doing nepotism, he would go extra hard on me and would just be like, all right, cool IP, we're just gonna give it to everyone else in the company. It's the company's IP. So it definitely just like put a chip on my shoulder.
These are reasons why HASAN cannot stomach being incorrect, or why he does not take jokes well that target his intelligence, as demonstrated in the Raj Royale video podcast.
He is objectively of average intelligence. I mean, it's not like he really is. It's like putting me on a fucking NBA team.
Context: HASAN was explaining a concept to a group. When Destiny.
When I say he's dumb, I don't mean like he's dumb literally, like he can't wipe his ass or anything. But like in this kind of stuff, and it's not even that high level. These are all like wannabe and pseudo intellectuals and stuff like that. YouTube intellectuals. And stuff, and it's just when you break it down, it's just a bunch of high schoolers or, freshmen and sophomores yelling at each other, and it's got a high school feel to it too. Everything about it, even when Destiny does it, and he does it better than all of them, is there. There's an adolescent aura to it, and of course you are too, yeah. But I'm kind of like doing it on purpose. I'm not trying to like sell you that I'm some kind of fucking genius. Or, I have any answers. I just tell you what I think, and you can call me a dummy if you want, and I'll sleep just fine. Happens every day. Like, these guys, it's really important for them to be seen as right. And I can see how a kind of a guy of average intelligence would think, look, it doesn't matter if I'm right or not. It doesn't matter. It's just, because even if I do the research, I'm not going to really get it, or I might miss something. It just matters if I appears right. And kind of technically for like a TV, a YouTube thing, he's correct. He's correct. So if you could just kind of yell, act outraged, seem emotional, yeah, there's no substance there, but I mean, at least you're engaged and you're entertaining people, you know. But as far as like debating anything, he's terrible. He's terrible at it because he's just a regular guy.
Comes in and finishes the point.
Yeah,
I vote for Destiny.
It's like I wish Destiny could just come in at the beginning and give us the right answer right away.
Fucking HASAN.
Yeah,
it makes me feel
like we have the
so
cheat
goddamn
sheet
much,
right
dude.
here.
Honestly, like
it's funny because like the only
It's
way
such a fucking retarded thing to say.
That's a good one. This is a great video.
I'm sorry, but like if you can't comprehend the fucking shit that I'm
Casey Tron owned him.
saying,
said
it's
the
on
horrible-
you, okay? I'm doing as best as I'm doing.
Hey,
as best
yeah,
as I
Wes.
can,
You
okay?
said the
I'm sure you are, buddy.
He literally said the exact same thing that I just said. Like, what the fuck are you guys talking
You can
about?
say retard on Twitch. Soda says it all the time.
Fuck Twitch then. Dude, don't fucking ask me to be on if this is the shit that you're gonna pull, Raj. Like, seriously.
What did I pull?
This is a Brady Bunch worth of fucking boring people. That's what that is to me.
What?
What did I pull?
Boring people that have nothing to fucking actually say but regurgitate whatever talking point of a team they picked.
Oh, I'll put Destiny in the chat. Fucking have Destiny on.
No insight, no wisdom, no nothing. And it's over and over. You watch any one of these things. The only time I ever submitted to one of these fucking things was Stardust because I knew she promised me it would be fun, and it was. It's just such a joke. Like I went to college. I really haven't succeeded in anything other than graduating. I have nothing in my history that says I'm an expert in anything other than the degree. The degree gives you I mean, if you want to be an activist, like show me where you were successful as an activist, like you started a group or something. And I'm so not impressed. I'd rather see somebody start a business or something. God, something that makes money for other people, not just yourself. And here they are, like shamelessly telling the world that they're worth listening to on things like good government. It's so funny. It really, if you really break it down, you look at it, it's just hysterical. I should start watching these. The problem is they're so sanctimonious, I can't get through it.
But Destiny in the poll. He's not in the poll. I was joking. He's not in the poll.
I know he's not in the fucking poll, dipshit. I'm saying that it's pissing me off because you're devaluing my perspective, which is ongoing.
No, that had nothing to do with
fucking chat.
HASAN,
and also with the people you're talking to right now.
HASAN,
I guess this is the last debate.
Nothing. I was just saying because.
Oh, there's John Zerka, another fucking genius. Wasn't he? That's right. He was like a dude bro for a while. And he had Nick and Augie on, and then he became a lefty, and then he was inviting some underage girls who were sneaking into his kick streams. He's a fucking. I mean, he's dumber than HASAN. Like who would feel comfortable doing this? What's Casey Tron's qualifications and background? I mean, what are any of these people? It's just hysterical.
Destiny came into the show late after I tried to get him on the show.
95% of your fucking Discord is like, HASAN is so.
When I comment as slow as I think, I'm not slow. I know my limitations, and none of these people do. Never would get in a debate with Ben Shapiro if I disagree with him. I mean, even if I had the intellect, right? Assuming I had the intellect, I'm not going to know the tactics in the game. It's just like, no, I think he went through a lefty phase, Kyle. He absolutely did. I remember that. I think something with I can't remember the thing, but he did go through a lefty phase at some point. He did the dude bro thing too. He was a dude bro, pivoted slightly and then went back. That's what I remember. Yeah.
So dumb. HASAN is so dumb.
Look, relax,
dude. The fucking chat is like HASAN is so
Yeah, I'll take Smaggle.
stupid.
At this point, the podcast understands that this is a sore spot for HASAN and seek to ease the tension by relating
All right,
to
everybody, don't talk about how stupid he is.
and clarifying their statements were jokes.
Yeah, I know, Zerka. I think he was, and he went through it. And I seem to remember him criticizing something. I can't remember, but I swear to God, I bet Nick remembers.
After a few minutes, HASAN explains that this sort of thing is the core of his frustrations.
On top of that, it's like someone fucking unscrewing a cap all the way to the end and then him popping it open and then everyone will be like, oh, it's great. And Destiny is brilliant, and he's definitely a more effective orator than myself. But if it's an ongoing thing over and over again, where everyone's like, Hasan is so fucking dumb, Hasan is so stupid, Hasan is such a fucking commie, then I don't need...
TS donated $5.
Yes.
Johnny versus Madbit for Creator Clash 3. I wonder if they'll top $0 donated this year.
Yeah, you hear that? Creator Clash. I'm all for it. I can't wait to see how this one fucks up. I mean,
no, guys,
let's
the
do it.
goal's almost
Do it.
over.
Oh God. You know what? I think they'll make money, but they'll do it with a terrible lineup. That's the thing. What's that?
The goal's almost over.
Oh no, the goals. I guess only 4. And it says you'll show your titties, tatas. Oh well.
No, I will not.
No, you will not. 20 seconds. Need 6 more. That's your last chance. Next goal's another goal. Oh boy.
Look, Hasan, I apologize.
Let's get all the feelings out.
No, I'm done. I'm done. You guys are right.
No,
I was overreacting.
This podcast took place before the complete falling out of Destiny and Hasan's friendship. That was solidified late 2019, when Destiny was in a bit of hot water when debating the usage of the N-word, like using it in the context to retell a joke from a comedian in a private setting. The overall usage and arguments extended to various different creators that saw things differently, including his former podcast host, Trihex, and various other creators he discussed this matter with. Destiny broke down the drama in a lengthy Reddit post where now 5 years in, a fair amount of the links are dead and the drama around it is still dense. Hasan's role in this, as Destiny explains it, was his changing of stances on the argument depending who he is talking to.
So I don't know why you're bringing it up.
But if someone else is doing it in the privacy of their own conversation with another person, there are specific contexts in which you could probably say the N-word.
Cool.
That's
my position, literally. Holy shit.
But because it ultimately, no matter what, no matter how you use the term,
you know, you can say Baltimore in certain situations, but you can't say in others.
Ultimately, no matter what, no matter how you use the term.
Imagine having a conversation about like how you could use a word, because this word is so magical that it might bring down a people. It's so fucking ridiculous. Ugh.
The N-word is bad.
Ultimately, it just implies that the person themselves are like a racist person.
Yes.
Destiny expanded on this in a live stream, which Hasan reacted to.
Nothing I do is perform.
I usually judge racist people by racist statements, not single words. Like it's such a it's a non-argument. Like it's like, yeah, I know you say context matters. The context of your statement is what should be judged. It's like what it is judged. It's so stupid. Oh, God.
Formative. So I'm not going to.
People debate the N-word, and can white people use it under certain situations, like emergency situations, like if they're getting beaten up. Like what the fuck?
For instance, I'll use Hasan as an example. I'm not going to talk to a black person like Trihex and say, hey, the N-word, it's always bad. What do you think black people...
What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude.
This fit of rage will be turned into a meme, changing what Hasan is watching to fit the joke.
Remember that one.
Like when Hasan stated he will never talk to Destiny again.
I'm not talking to him again. You guys can call me a pussy all you want. There is literally no reason. What a fucking liar, dude.
Though rage was not Hasan's entire state of being, this period did have Hasan more prone to anger, especially when being compared to Destiny. As was shown in this popular video.
So it wasn't even about politics at the end of the day. It was about fucking, like, it's just a big dick measuring contest. These two intellectuals in their dick measuring contest.
Highlighting some moments of Hasan getting angry.
Watching you squirm after Destiny's stream is my favorite thing to watch. Here's some money for the best content on Twitch XD.
Thanks, buddy. I have your email now, by the way, just for the record. So why don't you just stop fucking sending me donos to harass
threaten the guy.
Ask me for your daddy Destiny with literally your email involved in it. What a fucking stupid thing you just did now. You absolute idiot. I have your full name now. And
I love when people do that.
This time, if I
it's like
go...
one of my favorite things. Because he's not the only one that went for that one.
Go to fucking Twitch. It's reasonable because you're literally harassing me. Do you know how many fucking donos I've gotten from Destiny's fans tonight?
Yeah,
Do you know how many fucking Destiny fans
have
have sent me their emails tonight? Excuse me. Paying money just so they can fucking shit talk?
Explaining how Hasan views himself and how he views Destiny explains the anger the dynamic holds. How he sees Destiny as inferior with his beliefs, yet more intelligent overall, is a conflict he would not move on from. And this was hardly the only conflict he was involved in 2019. A smaller of note is when he referred to Pete Buttigieg as this.
White liberal friends. Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg? Buttigieg? Okay, it's really hard to say this dude's last name. Now, Buttigieg has been...
No, it's not.
...in the talk of the town, especially in...
Hasan calling him Buttigieg was likely not aware that Pete Buttigieg is gay.
And he likes it in the booty.
This comment could come off as derogatory. This can more easily be seen.
So you call it, if he was straight, it was all right?
As a misunderstanding.
If Tommy can say it, it's not hard. Exactly. Buttigieg.
Especially when compared to his most controversial statements of 2019.
Although I can't stand this guy either, in fairness, but I think this is a little over the top, maybe across the line.
Can't do it. This guy has the understanding of foreign policy of like a 12-year-old. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Didn't he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some mujahideen, a brave fucking soldier, fucked his eye hole with their...
They're on our side, you moron. Mujahideen.
Dick? Isn't that how he lost his fucking dumbass eye? Because he got his fucking eye hole fucked? America deserved 9/11, dude.
I think they did split up against us, even though we funded their shit against the Russians, but I think most of them are on our side.
Fuck it, I'm saying it.
We're there to partner with them. We're not there doing our own thing. We're there partnering and training
in a video
and
game,
equipping and enhancing their capabilities. It's happening.
Like we fucking totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit. We did. We fucking did in a video game.
There are two large aspects to this controversy. There is first interpretation. An interpretation that Hasan supports terrorists by calling them brave. Then there is his intent that breaks down his statement in that the US funding of terrorist organizations against mutual opposition like Russia empower them enough to be able to choreograph such an attack. The comments about brave fighters is also one that references a section in a Rambo movie when it called terrorists brave.
This film was dedicated to the brave Mujahideen fighters of Afghanistan. We did fund them. Yes, they were fighting the Soviet Union at the time. That's obviously important context, but but we did have blowback when they turned on us.
That was
but from what I understand, they turned on us and they splintered. It wasn't all of them.
Chink, the owner of the Young Turks and Hasan's uncle, bringing us.
It's like the Mujahideen. It was still the way it was explained to me, and it was in the army. So who knows if I got the truth? The Mujahideen that had, I think, less contact with the Taliban. We're still good with us, but yeah, the rest of them, not so much.
Hasan on to explain what he meant by his statement and clarify he did not mean.
This is great. This is my favorite.
Ill will.
So,
he did.
You said America deserved 9/11. Did you mean that?
Following the original statement, Hasan was suspended on Twitch for 7 days, and he and the Young Turks were getting a sea of death threats. Entering 2020, this was one of the cited reasons why Hasan wanted to separate himself from the Young Turks. Bringing this controversial nature to the doorstep did not sit right with him, but also the Young Turks were starting to take issue with Hasan's success. On Twitch, he did virtually the most important thing you can do with content creation.